Welcome to WNL Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with Frank Miriello and John Kavanagh from the football team, along with women's cross country coach Kris Hoey. But first, a quick look back on the weekend in Washington and the athletics. Women's cross country came in second at the ODAC Championship meet in Bedford, while the men's team finished in sixth place. Women's soccer won 2-0 at Bridgewater in an ODAC quarterfinal, while the men saw their season come to an end with a 1-0 home loss to Lynchburg. The football team improved to 5-0 in the ODAC with a 49-13 win over Catholic under the lights at Wilson Field on Friday evening. Down in Atlanta, volleyball dropped 4 matches to nationally ranked opponents Heidelberg, Emory, Lee, and Juniata. Also this weekend, riding tied for third at the Bridgewater Invitational, while men's and women's swimming both defeated Transylvania. I'm joined now by women's cross country coach Kris Hoey. Kris, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Jeremy.
The Generals had 3 All-ODAC performers, 4 in the top 15 as you finished second at the ODAC Championship. How pleased were you with the race that your team ran?
Certainly, finishing second was not, what we set out to do. But we had some really good things going on. For example, Lauren, she was 5th last year. She moved up to 2nd. Ironically, Annalise was 11th last year, moved up to 5th. And Brandy was 25th last year, moved up to 11th. So we had a lot of improvements, in that top 5, not to let out some of the other runners who also improved, a whole lot. So there was a whole lot of improvement going on. We just didn't make it to the podium. And Bridgewater had a nice race. They really did.
Overall, how pleased have you been with the Generals' performance during the 2011 season?
It's been a great season so far. It's certainly not over yet. We have some, great races ahead of us, and we've had quite a few top 10 all-time 6K performances, which is really exciting. Also some 5Ks. We don't often, run some 5Ks, but we were able to do that this year. And, I've seen a lot of improvement, like I said before, and, I think we have some great races ahead, so pretty exciting.
Your top 5 finishers at the ODAC meet were all juniors and sophomores. Does that bode well for the Generals in the near future?
It definitely does. Anytime you have your, top 7 coming back, and maybe you can add a, nice recruiting class, and certainly these ladies will be, improving as they did this year. It's definitely, very exciting.
You've got a long trip out to Texas in a couple of weeks. What are your expectations for the Southeast Regional?
Yeah, we're definitely excited to head to Texas and, run another regional championship. And we have some, expectations that we can finish higher than we did last year. Get a few more all region performers, and some ladies maybe moving on to that national meet. So we're definitely excited about that meet down there in Texas.
Kris, thanks for being here. Good luck in the regional.
Thank you.
With me now is head football coach Frank Miriello. Frank, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Jeremy. Good to be here.
Your team contained a very potent passing game in that 49-13 win over Catholic last weekend. Where is the defense at this stage of the season?
I think we're in a good place. The weather helped us a little bit against that quarterback in the Catholic passing game, but our secondary has been coming along, and our underneath coverage has been coming along. We're getting a little bit of more pressure on the quarterback with our defensive front, but overall, I'm very pleased where we are right now with the passing game.
Last season, WNL won the ODAC as a dark horse. This year, you're 5-0 in the conference as favorites. How have the Generals been able to continue their success even with higher expectations?
Well, last year was kind of a surprise situation for me. I thought maybe we'd be 6-4, maybe 7-3, not win a championship, but we did with the young team and an experienced team. This year, our guys, they're more mature and more experienced, of course, and it's always about one game at a time, and they're really focused in on each and every weekend, each and every opponent we've played this year. We dropped one down at center. We've gone through a number of tests, winning on the road, coming from behind, those kinds of things. So right now we're in a good situation as far as where the team is at this point.
The Generals continue to put up astounding numbers on offense. A few new wrinkles every week, shovel passes and things like that. What has allowed WNL to sustain its offensive attack, even with opposing defenses gunning for you?
Well, just the confidence. They're just so confident, and the offensive line has done a great job in the last 2 years. Charlie has improved tremendously. Each and every year he's run this option game. He is the professor of the option game, if you will, at this point. So it's just a matter of them executing as they have been the last 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, and I don't see any change. I think they continue to do what they do and move the ball up and down the field and score some points. Now, whether we can keep them in a 30 point range or not, I don't know. We'll see. But I think it's going to be a shootout.
What will the defense need to do to slow down Hampton-Sydney?
Well, we got to play great pass coverage. That's, to me, that's number one. Turnovers, we got a couple turnovers last year. I don't think that's going to happen this year because their quarterback is executing on all cylinders right now. He looks very good and very strong, makes all the throws. So it's going to be a game where we just have to hang in there and get the ball for our offense. Offense, try to stay on the field, keep the defense on the sideline. I think those are key factors.
Frank, thanks for joining us. Best of luck against the Tigers.
Thank you, Jeremy. Great to be here.
With me now is John Kavanagh, senior football captain from Coscob, Connecticut. John, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You're facing the same scenario as in 2010. Your game against Hampton-Sydney will determine the ODAC champion this year. How does the atmosphere surrounding the game against the Tigers compare to last season?
In a lot of ways it's pretty similar. It's championship week, Hampton-Sydney, WNL. Doesn't really get much better than that. But at the same time, a little different. I think last year a lot of people kind of wrote us off at the beginning of the year. And even going to the Hampton-Sydney game, I don't know how many people actually gave us a chance. Whereas this year, we're preseason number one going into the season. Haven't lost a conference game yet. So we might be the favorites this year. But at the same time, like I said, WNL, Hampton-Sydney, championship week, can't beat it. So.
The Generals are 8-1 this season. You've won 3 games on your final possession, including ODAC road victories against Randolph-Macon and Emory and Henry. How will those close games help you if you end up in another dogfight?
Oh, they help exponentially. It's, we now know we have the confidence that, no matter what situation we're facing, we can come out on top. And that's huge, especially for a defense, and you're backed up against the wall. We had a couple big goal line stops against Randolph-Macon. Again, that just really helps when, things might not be going your way for a couple plays, couple drives. We know as a team that doesn't matter. We can get it done, especially when the game's on the line. And that, again, like I said, that's huge.
WNL beat Hampton-Sydney in front of a raucous Parents Weekend crowd at home last season. You have to go on the road to face the Tigers this year in what's sure to be a very hostile environment. How will the team cope with that pressure?
We love it. At least the defense, we love that stuff. We faced Parents Weekend crowd at Emory and Henry, and that was probably one of our best games of the year. Faced a big crowd at Randolph-Macon, and that's the kind of stuff that we thrive off of. We love it. And it's what makes it, this league so special, and this rivalry with Hampton-Sydney so special is that, you get thousands of people, alumni, family, friends, just everyone coming down to watch it. And, it makes for great football games, great atmosphere. And, there's really nothing like it. And it's just more fuel to the fire. It's awesome. Bring it on.
What are the keys to a WNL win on Saturday?
I just think we got to keep doing what we've done over the past 2 years. And that's primarily win the turnover battle for us. That's key. The offense has got to hold on to the football, which we've done a great job this year. Charlie's, minimized interceptions, and the running backs have done a great job holding on to the ball. And conversely, our defense has got to continue to do what we've been doing, and that's make turnovers, create turnovers. Whether that's, for example, last year we intercepted the Hampton-Sydney quarterback 4 times, caused a fumble. We got to keep doing that. I think our turnover margin this year is plus 12. And that's a trend that we need to continue this week, especially.
John, thanks for joining us. Good luck against Hampton-Sydney.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it for having me.
The men's swimming team heads to Charlotte this weekend for a 2-day race against Bluegrass Mountain Conference foes Wingate, Queens, Catawba, and Limestone. On Saturday, wrestling opens up its 2011-12 season at the VMI Open. The football team will travel to Hampton-Sydney with the ODAC championship on the line, while women's swimming visits conference rival Randolph-Macon. And the ODAC Volleyball and Women's Soccer Championships will be decided on Saturday, with WNL needing to win on Wednesday to advance to the weekend's action in either sport. For WNL Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.